Hi there, it's Jonathan, your gardener again. Saturday morning, I'm just down in the garden here and I'm going to give you a quick tour around, let you know some of the things that I'm planning to do and that I have done so far. And then I'll publish that so you can have a little look at it. Okay, right, so I'm going to flip the camera around. Now, the long walkway here obviously leads up to the back of the main building. And what I'm going to do here eventually is I'm going to trim the hedge which is in behind here a little bit and tidy that up. I'm also going to try to fix some of these wonky wooden slats at some point. This area here is a bit of a dead space really, so I've got some pea shingle on there, but what I'm going to try to do is either put some pots along here and create a bit of greenery. I mean, I know mainly it's for the staff, but obviously I want it to be nice for everybody. I've cleared all the cobwebs off the top of here. It was very cobwebby, so that's all done. And I've swept it all down, so this is going to get pressure washed soon. That's the laundry area and also where the maintenance room is, where we keep a lot of the tools and that for doing things. Now, I'll take you up onto the lower patio. So here, first job I did was pressure wash because I wanted to make sure that it was clean. It was a big job, obviously. You couldn't hardly see with the top of the garden on the other patio the colour of the paving slabs. I started to plant up and paint some of the plants. So we've got some tomatoes in here, and I'm starting to get some seedlings come up from the veg items here. So I'm going to get them sorted. Got a few plants still to plant. This is my sort of garden nursery at the moment. I'll be honest with you, I don't know a lot about plants. You know, if it's not got a flower on it, I really don't know. But I am learning, and I'm just putting together stuff and hoping I'm not saving weeds, other than the nettles, which I'm going to keep the nettles because I was looking up and it says that ladybirds or ladybugs like nettles for laying their eggs, and that's very good from the point of view of stopping aphids and greenfly. My friend gave me some plants, but he's really a bit harsh with pulling things up, and he's pulled the roots off of a couple of things, so I've kept it there to see if it will survive, but I suspect not with that one. Now this is going to be Latham Lodge's vegetable garden. I've got a lot of digging over to do and a lot of sorting, but I've managed to get these row of blocks here, which are from a industrial unit just around the corner from where I live, and the chap said I could have them, and I've got lots and lots of them. So I'm going to terrace the gardens. We're going to get some concrete and mortar them in, and I'm going to make this a lovely sort of vegetable garden, which hopefully you'll be able to overlook from the patio up there if you're able to make it out. Now this side's been a bit of a dead area because obviously you've got some very tall trees here, sycamores. They do drop a lot of seeds, so this may be a difficult area. There's some more of the blocks that I've got. I've been collecting pallets, soil. My neighbour had a load of soil, so I've got all that. This is my friend's patio slabs, and this was his bench here, which I've made a seat for. I like art and art projects, so I've done this. It's cut with like a Dremel thing, which is, you know, cuts into. This is a tile here, so I've glued that up, and I've also started to make little insect tiles, because I went to the Tops Tiles, which is near where I live, and he just said help myself to whatever I wanted out of the bin at the back. So I've collected a load of tiles, so I might be doing mosaics and various things. This here is just like a sort of service area at the moment. So basically the chap this is a gap in the fence, by the way, but the chap he was clearing on the other side, he lives in one of the houses over the back here. His name's Mark, and he was really nice, and we had a chat about what we're doing with the garden and that sort of thing. And this is just behind the chalet, and it's a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm going to be tidying this up today, but this is going to be my sort of builder's yard, which is going to have all the bits and pieces that I collect, because one of the things that Latham Lodge have asked me to do is to be their green champion. So I'm looking to recycle and reuse wherever possible. And I used to be an estate agent, and I am cheeky enough to ask anybody for anything. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going around speaking to companies. I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace, which is like a social media service thing, but you can actually get stuff for free. So I've got a number of things for free where I've just gone and collected it. And I'm going to be working on the garden here as we go. So this patio, it's if ever you come out here, please do go careful on this edge because it's a bit sort of rough. I've planted up some wildflowers in here. I don't know how they're going to come up, but they were just a packet of seeds. I tied up all these plants and painted the planters. Painted the white planter there because that was all sort of cracked up and broken. Pressure washed all the tables and chairs, and generally I try to keep them clean. If anybody comes out here, obviously they could be a bit dirty, but I'm trying to keep them up together. I've collected all the round pebbles together. Some of them have obviously been painted by residents, and I thought I might carry on that theme eventually and either get you guys to paint some up if you can be bothered, or I'll do my best to make them look nice. Managed to get the lavender to come back a bit, so that's looking all right. And I had £20 budget for planting. It's not a lot, I know, but I started to buy a few bedding plants. I bought these water containers just if I'm not in for a few days, because I only do 14 hours a week. I wanted to make sure that the plants don't all sort of die off. And what I'm going to do at the top here, which is obviously outside of your common room, is to try to make it much more attractive as we go, because I know that for some of you this may be as far into the garden as you can get, but we're trying to make it really nice for you. And I've had a bit of a replant of the rose. I need to have a look at that. It's got a few aphid on it, so I'm going to have to deal with that soon. But as you can see, I'm working my way around. Now, the other thing that I've fixed on a couple of new caps on the top of some of these posts here, and I pressure washed the wall as well, which I thought would help. We're starting to have some of the plants come out. Looks like we've got some start of some flowers here coming out. These ones seem to be coming up quite nicely now, and we're starting to get some geraniums out, so that's nice as well. They're going to be kind of pleasant, but we're seeing quite a few flowers starting. Now again, this is an area down here which you don't always see. Now what I'm going to do down here at the moment is sort of like, again, a sort of storage area for bits and bobs. I'm sorting out some hardcore and some pebbles for the bottom of planters. We've got some old statue stuff which I don't know whether I'm going to be able to use, but my plan is to put a lot of plants in pots here all along this side. Maybe a little seating area once we finished it. Ray, the maintenance chap, has been working on this fence line because the fence was very poor. He's doing his best to sort of get this done, but it's a big old job, so it's taken him a while. And obviously, looking ahead there, this is towards the bin area, and that comes out the front into the garden. So I'll show you the front on my next tour for you. Okay, so I'll probably call that a day with today's update, and I'm going to just get on and try to get as much done as I can today, but I'll tell you a little bit more about my plans as we go, and we'll catch up soon. Okay then, bye.